Hey guys, it's that time of the week for my video blog, and I don't know if you had a chance to see my part one of this, which was my color cutting, because those have been what I do for my passion, and my goal this year is to do more, and create more, and publish it more. So that's kind of what the subject of today's topic is goals. Henry Ford, great guy, great leader at one point in history. He said, "Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off the goal." And I kind of sat back and thought about that for a while, and that's what's going to be kind of today's discussion. But it's going to be a little bit of a twist. It's going to be my own interpretation. I was reading this author. His name is Derek Mockee, Mocké. Interesting fella. Little bit preachy, but not bad in a bad way. I took his information and I made it my own. So it's my own interpretation. So let's kind of go through it. Number one. So taking a step back and identifying your goals can be a hard thing. You know, we all have different lives. No one knows your life but you. No one knows your friends, no one knows your family, no one knows what your boyfriend's like, your kids, your dog, your boss. Um, we all have different lives. And so sometimes in helping identify our goals, we have to take a step back and look at our life. Is it where we want to be? Uh, how is it affecting it now, and what do we want to change? That goes back to last week's video blog. Change. You change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's kind of tying in with this week's video blog. So once we've kind of looked at our life and everything that affects it, you know, how is that going to support our goals? One of them is eliminating the clutter or certain things in your life. Now, I'm not going to tell you to eliminate these things. This is something that has to come up to you. But I've had to say goodbye to certain friends who didn't support my goals. And as hard as it has been, certain family members have not supported my goals in life, and they're not a part of my life anymore. And it may seem cold and callous now for me to say it that way, but it broke my heart not to have them in my life. But they didn't support my goals. They didn't support me. So, it's not easy to do. That next part is not being with those who aren't supporting your goals. But I'm not going to tell you who, what, where, why, when, that's something you have to evaluate, not me. But it has to be done. Sometimes it's really hard. Grouping together your thoughts on paper. Really taking a big giant post-it note. And if you guys don't know what a giant post-it note is, it's like a baby post-it note, but it's much bigger. So, putting them on a big list and grouping them together in the areas of your life: family, friends, work, boyfriend, yourself, and identifying them. Once you've grouped them together in that list, you have to identify three of them to start with. The mind can't really focus on more than one thing at a time. And three is, yeah, I'm asking a little bit much, but it's easier to focus on three things than focusing on 25 things. So, focusing on three things to start with and setting them as goals. And give yourself 3 months. For me, my first three, one is personal. One is to eat better. Another one is professional, which is, for me, really focusing on my career to become the best learning leader possible by supporting my future professionals, the systems, and really being the best learning leader I can for my boss. Um, and then finally, the last one is my friends. I've lost contact with some of them. One of them, in particular, I miss a lot, and That's my goal, is to reconnect with them, and have them part of my life again a little bit more. So those are my three that I'm focusing on. So I have till April 1st. And April 1st, I'm going to reevaluate and see how those goals have come across, and then how can I use those goals to inspire and motivate me to make more goals. You know, it'll be measurable, and I think it's achievable. You know, if I break it down in that sense, I can achieve any of my goals. So, how do you keep your goals alive? Well, if you're like me or any other human, we all make mistakes. We all fall off the wagon, and sometimes we lose sight of our goals. We're too busy, the kids get sick, you get sick, um, work comes up, something is a factor. So, kind of taking a step back and thinking, how do I keep them alive? Well, one, that list you made, that big giant post-it note, putting it somewhere in your house or your apartment where it's visible every single day. Somewhere where you pass or you are there, where you see them. You know, seeing them is a visual reminder, and it kind of keeps you on the path of where you need to go. So seeing that particular visual will aid you in your goals daily. This is an important step because it's structure. I know someone who loves structure. I know people who don't like structure, but seeing it is a daily reminder of the big picture. Now, how do you allow yourself to achieve your goals? How badly do you want it? For me, it's definitely my own personal journey, and each one of you will have your own personal journey. So I have a little ritual for my self-esteem boost every morning. And on my way out the door, I have a little mirror that I pass, and I smile and I say, "Have a good day, handsome." And it's silly, I know, but it makes me feel good, and it's kind of like my own wants and needs to be there and feel better about myself. So it allows me to achieve my goals by eating better and blah blah blah. So how do I stay open and keep that focus to achieving my goals? Because sometimes we get stuck in actions. So, sometimes goals require action. And without actions, you don't achieve your goals. So, coming up with a schedule. I make sure I walk 30 minutes a day fast after work for Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to make sure I'm kind of keeping myself in shape. I'm far from in shape, but it's helping me achieve my goal. I can't overnight become a beautiful model. It takes some time. So it allows me to stay on that track. And I have people who tell me all the time. I have one learning leader at the school. She reminds me every day about eating better because she is a health junkie. And she's also a twig, so she obviously knows what she's doing. So as much as she busts my chops and as much as I grumble and gripe at her, I like it. It reminds me of my goals and it helps me keep my goals alive. So with that, guys, I'm not going to drive anymore or preach or get on my high box. So thanks for your time, and I appreciate it. And keep an eye out for my next video blog. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye.